seeing the number 111 can feel significant, especially if it appears repeatedly. Many people associate it with spiritual messages or signs. From a biblical perspective, here's how it can be interpreted. Spiritual meaning of 111 in the Bible: unity and God's power. The number 1 in the Bible often symbolizes God's uniqueness, unity, and primacy, e.g., "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." Deuteronomy 6 verse 4. So, seeing 111 could be a reminder of God's sovereignty and that He is first in all things. A call to pay attention. Some interpret repeating numbers, like 111, as a kind of wake-up call or divine nudge. It may mean God is trying to get your attention, to focus on Him, or to be aware of something important happening in your life. New beginnings. The number 1 also symbolizes new beginnings, so 111 might represent a season change, fresh starts, or a new spiritual path being opened up. Alignment with God's will. Some believers feel that seeing 111 is a sign to align your thoughts and actions with God's will, especially in times of decision-making or personal growth. Finally, seeing 111 being related to faith has deep symbolic and scriptural layers. Is it in the Bible directly? The number 111 itself doesn't appear as a direct verse or prophecy in the Bible, but it can be connected symbolically through biblical numerology and the spiritual significance of the number 1. Some people also point Hebrews 11 verse 1 when reflecting on 111. Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. A powerful verse about faith, which connects well with seeing 111 as a sign to trust in God. Now, let's take a look at 111 in Hebrew Gematria, which is the traditional Jewish system of assigning numerical value to Hebrew letters and words. What is Gematria? Gematria is a form of numerology used in Jewish culture, where Hebrew letters have numerical values. Words and phrases are often analyzed for their numerical equivalents to uncover deeper spiritual or mystical meanings. The number 111 in Hebrew Gematria. There are a few interesting associations with the number 111 in Gematria, depending on the words or letters involved. 1 Aleph equals 1. If you take Aleph, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and repeat it 3 times, Aleph equals 1, equals 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3, but visually it can be seen as representing 111. Aleph is a deeply spiritual symbol. It represents God's oneness, silence, and hidden power. Aleph is also tied to the idea of creation, as it's the first letter in the Hebrew word emet, meaning truth. So metaphorically, 111 can be seen as a triple emphasis on unity, divinity, and truth. Words that equal 111. There are Hebrew words whose Gematria value adds up to 111. For example, Aphel, meaning darkness. Symbolically, this might suggest being in a place of spiritual darkness, but with the potential for light to come in, possibly pointing to awakening, change, or illumination. Pele, meaning wonder or miracle, depending on how it's interpreted. This adds an uplifting layer. 111 could signify divine wonder or the miraculous at work behind the scenes. Spiritual takeaway. In Gematria, 111 can reflect a hidden depth or divine mystery. Sometimes darkness challenge, sometimes wonder miracle, but always tied to God's presence and unity. It could be a nudge to trust in God's timing, even if things feel unclear right now. Let's look at Strong's Concordance number 111 in both Hebrew and Greek, since both can offer meaningful context. Strong's Hebrew number 111, Adon. Transliteration, Adon. Pronunciation, Adon. Meaning, Lord, Master, Sovereign Ruler. This word is closely related to Adonai, which is one of the divine names of God used in the Hebrew Bible. Usage refers to someone with authority or lordship, both human and divine, used to describe God as Lord, especially when emphasizing His sovereignty and authority over all creation. Example: in Genesis 18 verse 12, Sarah calls Abraham my Lord, Adon, a term of respect. In other contexts, it refers to God as the Supreme Lord. Spiritual insight of Hebrew 111, Adon. Seeing 111 connected with Adon could be understood spiritually as a reminder of God's lordship over your life, His presence, authority, and care. It might be a call to submit to His guidance, trust in His plan, and acknowledge Him as the true master even when things feel uncertain.